Hi guys, welcome back to Reading Euphoria. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be recapping what happened in April and then giving you a little bit of heads up for my reading in May. So obviously for those of you who watch my channel, I hadn't posted a video for a good couple of months. I then posted a couple about a month ago and then stopped again, and I haven't posted one since. I'm just a bit of a nightmare. But my life's just been a little bit all over the place at the moment with, like I said in one of my last videos, with my mental health, etc. So I'm just trying to get myself back on track, and my reading has taken a massive hit and therefore all my videos. But I am planning to come back stronger than ever. So today is the day that the lineup for YALC got released, and I have to say that I'm very, very excited, especially to see Karen McManus on the list of authors. So with that happening and also trying to get out my reading slump, I am very, very determined to get back into BookTube, to get back into reading, and this month is hopefully going to be the start of that happening. So first of all, I just want to start off with what happened in April reading wise. I read one and one only book, which was A Kill in November by Adriana Maffa. This probably took me 3 weeks to read, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, this book filled up the whole of April for me, just because that I was in a massive reading slump, and I was hoping that this would bring me out of that reading slump and would kind of like get me to want to read again. But although that I did really, really enjoy the book and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, it didn't kind of like spark that joy and kind of like ignite something in me to then carry on reading. So after this, I then didn't pick up anything for like a week. And it wasn't until a couple of days ago that I actually did then pick up my next book after this one. So yeah, well, but moving on. But this book is based on the main character of November, and basically she gets shipped off to this school by her dad, kind of like without really knowing what happens at the school, and they're all trained up to kill people and with poisons and deception, etc. And obviously she has to kind of like pick up everything as she goes along. She then learns that she is a stratega, which is part of what everyone else in that school is. So at first she doesn't really think that she fits in, but then she then learns over time that her family is actually part of the stratega, I think that's how you say it, group, and actually her parents were in this massive conflict, but because she doesn't actually know who she is and why this kind of like fits into her life, people in the school basically know more than what she does about herself. So she learns a lot about herself as she goes along through the book, and she also has to kind of like deal with the fact that she is being plotted for a murder of one of her fellow students, and she has got to try and prove her innocence. So it is a very, very good book. I really, really did enjoy it, and like I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It just didn't spark that reading in me, which I can't blame it for. That has nothing to do with how good the book was. So I do highly recommend that you guys go and read this book if you're into kind of like that whole deception mystery type thing. It was a very, very good read. So moving on to the month of May, I am planning on reading 5 books in this TBR. But there is something else that I am going to be announcing very soon, which will affect my reading plans in May. But for now, this is what I'm planning on reading. This could change, books could be added in, books could be taken away, but to try and kind of get me over this reading slump, I'm picking books that I really, really want to get to, so that I can then actually look forward to them and then want to then pick them up. So the first one that I'm planning on reading this month, which I've actually already started, is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. The last couple of days and like over the weekend, I was in like a really Harry mood, and I really, really wanted to watch the films, and I wanted to read the books. So I've been carrying on the series, I've been doing a reread of the series, and I haven't read part of the series for a good couple of months now. So I thought, well, why not? If I need to get out this reading slump, I need to kind of look forward to it. And I picked this up a couple of days ago, and literally I've been sat in work kind of like thinking about how I'm going to read this at lunch and thinking about how I'm going to read this at the end of the day. So I think that it's sort of working to get me out of this reading slump. I'm about 100 pages in already, and I haven't been able to really read that much over the last couple of days, but I've definitely been wanting to. So this gives me hope. This gives me hope that I will get over my reading slump, and I'm hoping that this is the cure to it. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows is my favourite film. It's not quite my favourite book, but I haven't read it in quite a few years now, so I am hoping that I will really, really love this. I mean, I love Harry Potter, so I'm in no doubt that I will love this. So very much hoping this will get me out of my reading slump. The next book that I'm planning on reading, if you guys have been watching my videos from earlier on in the year, you'll know that I did plan on doing one reread per month. That has not happened. So I have sort of picked something out of the jar again, and I am actually really looking forward to this. It's Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which will be a reread. I really, really, really love John Green's writing, and this book tackles a lot of mental health issues, which I think that will actually really help me. It's a very, very, very good book, and John Green's writing, like I just said, I literally fell in love with it the second that I read his first book. So I am very much looking forward to this one. I didn't really enjoy this as much as I hoped I would the first time round, but I'm sort of hoping that a reread will kind of like make me realise how good it is, since there are so many people that love this book. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this book. As you can tell, I'm really out of practice. And next is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. This is the first one in this series. Obviously, as you don't need to be a genius to realise that this book is based on Jack the Ripper. So this one, like I said, is the first one in the series. I think there's like 3 books out maybe at the moment, and I think that there's a 4th one in the series that's being released kind of like September, October time this year, which I have got on pre-release. So I sort of need to read the series before that comes out so I can then actually read it. The Daughter of the Pirate Queen and Daughter of the Pirate King and then Daughter of the Siren Queen. That duology kind of like sparked something a little bit darker and historical within my reading. So I was very, very interested after reading that series. I know that it doesn't really have anything to do with it, but that whole history thing and this type of history as well, I am very much looking forward to. So there has been so much hype around this series, so I'm really, really hoping that I do love it as well. Next is Warrior of the Wild by Tricia Levenseller. Like I've just mentioned, her series, or her duology, I absolutely loved. I absolutely fell in love with both books, and I think definitely the first one was a 5 out of 5 star, and I think the second one was a 4.5 out of 5 star, just because I had kind of had something to compare it with in the series, and I liked the first one a lot more. But yeah, this is another book by her. It was it's a very, very new release. It's only just come out, I think, in the last couple of months, and I am very excited for this one. This one is a fantasy book. I'm not entirely 100% sure on the plot, but I did absolutely fall in love with her writing, so I'm very, very excited to pick up another one of her books. And I just think that because of how much I like the author, I'm anticipating this one is going to be a great book, and I'm just gonna not want to pull it down, which is exactly what I need right now. And lastly is What We Buried by Kate A. Borman. This book is based on 2 siblings, and basically their parents have a court trial, and on the day of their court trial they then go mysteriously missing, and then both siblings then have to then go on a road trip to then try and find out what's happened, and they uncover loads of family secrets that they weren't really quite expecting. So it does sound really, really mystical, really, really good. And I mean, the front cover is very exciting with the first sibling on the front, and then the second one's based on the back, and it just seems really, really cool. It is a new release, which has only come out in the last couple of months, and I have heard great things about it. It was one of my most anticipated releases of 2019. So now that I have got my hands on it, I am very excited to read it, and it just sounds quite different, although that it's got kind of like that mystical feel to it. I've never really read a book where someone's parents quite go missing before, and how many family truths that they had to uncover. So I am very, very excited for this one, to know kind of what they have to deal with, what they uncover. So very excited to find out more. So guys, that is my reading plans for the month of May. Like I said, I have got a very, very exciting announcement coming up, which will probably be in next week's video, since we are getting a lot closer to the date. So that could affect these reading plans, of course, but I just kind of wanted to show you a few books that I'm very excited about, and hopefully will get me completely out of this reading slump. And these are just books that I'm very excited about, so I know that I'm going to kind of want want to read because I am so excited about them. So I'm really hoping that these books help me. So I am planning on coming back bigger, better and stronger. So watch out for more videos. I'm saying this and I hope that it's true. I hope that I stick to it, but I am going to promise you guys now that I am going to make more videos weekly, and I am going to stick to that promise. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in my next one for a very, very exciting announcement. Bye.